Hello, everybody. This is Alan coming at you guys with another segment in our training series. This segment is going to focus on one of the most talked about sections of the contract, which is dealing with the repair amendment. Okay. I've had some questions coming in about the best way to negotiate these repairs, where to start, what the process looks like. So I wanted to make a hands-on video to show you guys exactly how me personally, how I've been trained on how to handle a repair amendment. So I hope these steps help you in crafting your repair amendment to get to the next step in the contract. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to talk about how to craft a repair amendment and make it as smooth and hopefully as painless as possible. Okay, so first thing, obviously, we're under contract. You guys are under contract on a property. Congratulations. You'll have the inspector go out there, and then what happens? We get the always illustrious inspection report. And the inspection report might be short, it might be long, it's usually on the longer side. And the client receives the report, we receive the report, and the next step is always, well, what do we do with this? How do we proceed? Should we be concerned? What should we ask for, and how should we ask for it? So that's what we're going to talk about. So we're going to look at what an inspection report is going to look like. So this is an inspection report for one of our past clients, and this was done by one of our longtime inspector colleagues. And, an inspection report is always going to have a ton of information, ton of recommendations, some safety items, what have you. But here's what to do, at least in my opinion, how to address this inspection report and how to get all of these items that your client is requesting onto a repair amendment. Now, I want to stress that when your client receives an inspection report, the question should always be, what is important to you? Mr. and Mrs. Client, what is important to you? Whatever is important to you is important to me. It's not our place to say, yes, I think this is important, or no, I don't think that is important. Make sure to stay away from those items of question, only because we have to be very aware and we have to stay in our lane. We are realtors. We are not contractors. We are not roofers. We're not plumbers. We're not electricians. Okay, so we have to defer to those experts in these matters. So we need to be very, very aware to stay in our lane and communicate on behalf of the client. Whatever is important to them is what we will communicate. Okay, so we're looking at the inspection report. The client's going to go back and look at it. They're going to see these items, the recommendations. And then let's say they come back with some items that are important to them that they would like to request some repairs. So, what I always try to look for, and every inspector is different, but hopefully the inspector that you're working with, hopefully they provide a summary page. Okay, so this is the summary page of all of the items that were outlined either as recommendations, maintenance items. You'll see some in red. They highlight them as safety hazards, what have you. Ask the client to go in and just make a quick note. For example, let's say this safety hazard here about the neutrals, the electric neutrals. If they go through the inspection report and they say, I have a concern about section 3.1.2a, the neutrals are double lugged. All I need to know is just that that is the item that they're concerned about. Then I can go in and pull the verbiage from the inspection report verbatim and put it on the repair amendment. So all they need to do is make a quick bullet point list. All they need to tell us, hey, Section 3.1.2a, neutrals are double lugged. Okay. Section 3.2.4b, GFCI did not trip. That's all we need from them to know exactly what we're going to be looking for to highlight on the amendment itself. Okay. So all you need to do is tell your client to just make a bullet point list of the items that are important to them. They might say section 5.3.1c, the expansion tank. So now we know, okay, that was an item that's important to them. We're going to highlight that. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into zip forms. This is the zip forms file for the transaction. And we're actually going to put this on a repair amendment. So I'm going to go ahead and add the doc. This is going to be a promulgated form. So I'm going to look for the Texas Realtors. And we're just going to add, I already have amendment 1 in here. So let's just start a new amendment. We're going to go amendment number 2. So amendment number 2 is going to pop up. And let's just say the client is going to ask for 3 items. Okay. And the only reason we're going to do 3 items is just so I can illustrate it here on the promulgated form itself. Now, if they're going to ask for more items, then all you have to do, it's very simple. All you have to do right here in section 2, highlight this. If they're going to ask for more, all you do is click C, attachment A. And then all you'll do is open up Word or whatever kind of word processing program you're using and just go ahead and type the items out the same way that I'm going to show you right here. Okay, but I'm just going to show you a quick version. So we're only going to highlight 2, maybe 3 items that'll fit here in the paragraph. Okay, so let's go. We're going to go off of the summary page. Okay, so this is the summary page. And let's just say the client says, well, I am concerned with, oh, I don't know, we'll just pick a couple things here. Let's say I'm concerned with the damaged soffit here on the walls, exterior, interior, exterior, 2.5.3E right here. I'm going to say, okay, great. That's what they put on their list. So all we're going to do is we're going to copy right here, damaged soffit. And I'm actually literally just going to copy all of this verbiage right here. I'm going to copy, and I'm going to go over to the repair amendment, and I'm going to paste. Okay. So now we have the verbiage. All we need to do here, it says recommend repair. It says contact a qualified handyman. So what we're going to do is we're just going to say, we're going to cut, paste, contact a qualified handyman to perform the following. And all we need to do right here, let's see. There's the recommendation. So it's the damaged soffit above rear porch. So it says recommend repair. So really, that's all the verbiage that we need right there. That got all of the information. Contact a qualified handyman to perform the following. We can put right here if you want. Repair damaged soffit above rear porch. And if you want to leave this here, but damaged loose hole in exterior soffit material. Boom. So that captured all of the verbiage that we need to communicate this repair. So if we look right here, damaged soffit, damaged loose hole in exterior soffit material, recommend repair. Let's go back and make sure it's here. Damaged loose hole in exterior soffit material. And it said we're recommending a repair. Repair the damaged soffit above the rear porch. Damaged loose hole in exterior soffit material. Perfect. So that's one item. Now, if there are multiple items to put under for a qualified handyman to perform, if you want to, if you're making an attachment A, go ahead and put contact a qualified handyman. And what I like to put is contact a qualified handyman to repair slash replace the following. You could put perform slash repair slash replace the following. However, you feel comfortable doing it, conveying the information. But again, we want to pull the verbiage straight from the inspection report. Okay. So if there are multiples for a handyman to do, go ahead and put contact a qualified handyman to perform slash repair slash replace the following. And then you can go ahead and start doing a bullet list from there. Okay. Pulling the verbiage straight from the inspection report and make a list. Now, what we're going to do now is let's just highlight one more item just so you get the gist of what's going on and what they're requesting and how my recommendation is to list these items on the repair amendment. Let's go ahead and pick another item here. Oh, I don't know. Let's just say, okay, let's just say right here, safety hazard. On the list, they put 3.2.6b, branch circuits, connected devices, open ground. So we know exactly what they're talking about. All right. Now, we're going to pull the information, and it says right here to contact a qualified electrical contractor. Okay. So let's go ahead and copy this. We're going to copy text, and we're going to go over here. And if you want to, we can go ahead and let's number these. Since we're only going to highlight two, we can go ahead and number them. If you'd rather not number them, you don't have to. This is just to keep things organized. Okay, so we're going to contact a qualified electrical contractor to perform the following. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the summary page. And we're going to do here the open ground. Open ground is indicated the receptacle is improperly wired. Recommend evaluation by a licensed electrician. So we already have a qualified electrical contractor. So we want them to perform, repair, replace. We're going to put right here to recommend evaluation. So we're going to copy this text. We're going to go over here to paste. All right. Contact a qualified electrical contractor to perform the following. Open ground is indicated at one or more receptacles. The receptacles are improperly wired. Recommend evaluation by a licensed electrician. Now, sometimes if you're looking for an action item, what I would put here is repair, replace as needed. So that way we're communicating that we're looking for this to be repaired. So we've included contact a qualified electrical contractor to perform the following. Open ground is indicated at one or more receptacles. The receptacle is improperly wired. Recommend evaluation by a licensed electrician. And then we can go ahead and put repair, replace as needed. All right. Now, the other thing, and I did forget to mention this, what you do want to include in this item is the actual reference to the inspection report, because along with this repair amendment, we're going to include the inspection report or the summary page or both, whatever you feel comfortable providing. That way they can refer to the report and see exactly what you're talking about, and they can see the photos along with the report, so that way they can identify exactly what you're talking about, where it is in the report, and if they need to refer back to it, they can do that. So what we're going to do is we're talking about the open ground here. So we're going to copy, because this is the section of the actual inspection report where this is notated. So we're going to put repair, replace as needed. We're just going to copy right here, 3.2.6b. Now, if we come back and we're looking at this item right here, we were talking about the soffit. So let's go ahead and go back to the soffit here on the summary page. Let's find that. It should be right up here. Siding. Okay, we were talking about the soffit here. All right, so damaged soffit above the rear porch. That's in section 2.5.3E. So we're going to go ahead and copy that. Copy text. We'll go back to the amendment. Repair the soffit right here. And then right after this, we're going to go ahead and paste that it is included in section 2.5.3E. Okay, and then you have your second item here. Now, this is assuming that you only have a couple of items. As you can see, we're already starting to running in, started running into multiple lines here. What I'd probably do, even if it's this long, is I'd probably just put it on an attachment as attachment A, save it as a PDF, go ahead and right here in this section, see attachment A. Then when you send the amendment and the attachment A to your client to sign and initial, you'll include both of them together. Okay. But this is just to give you an idea of how to reference the inspection report, how to use the verbiage from the report to draft the actual amendment itself and the attachment if necessary. And again, just remember the items that are important to the client, those are the items important to you. It's very important for us to be the source of the source, and our job is to communicate on behalf of the client, not for the client. All right, so I hope this helped in drafting your next repair amendment. Here's to more great contracts and hopefully not crazy repair amendments from here on out. As always, you can call me or text me if you have any questions. I hope this was helpful. We'll see you guys in the next video. Y'all take care. Thanks.